Cheers to you, Paul. Greetings from Antichrist Metal Zion. I'm Carla Morton. How things are going?
How you doing? What's happening?
Good.
Yeah, good. Okay, perfect. Nice to see you here. I'm glad you came to the show. What's your first question?
So, you are on. You had the tour in Romania, 2 other shows in Cluj and Craiova, and the one in Bulgaria, in Sofia. So now you are here in Bucharest. So, how is to be back here actually?
It's nice to be back here one more time, of course. You get to play again. It's a great club, great sound. The food was good. We're happy.
So last year you released an EP, a live album, and then a full length. So let's talk about each one of them. About the live album first. It is what the fans were looking for actually.
Actually, it's just a reissue of a soundtrack from 1992, a live album. And it's not really a live album. I mean, it was live in 92, but it was they released it, and I didn't even get a chance to hear the recording, or it never would have come out.
Then how was to record an EP and a full length in the same year?
I'm not sure what EP you're talking about. What EP would that be?
The EP from last year,
Oh, the LP, you mean?
LP, yeah, I think it's a vinyl format. I don't know. You have to tell me.
We put out Epiphany of Hate last year. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, I bet so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Epiphany of Hate was recorded in a quick time, and we had a blast recording at the same studio where we always record, Shark Studios in Zenitz, Czech Republic. It's 11 tracks of aggressive metal, like usual, and people seem to like it. We like it too. We had a good time recording, of course.
In 2002 was the last time when you recorded with the original lineup, and then in 2004 you got on board Alex and the drummer Zdenek, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So how was to record with the new lineup?
Well, the new lineup, if you want to call it a new lineup, we've been recording together for 13 years. The original lineup of the band recorded one album together, and that was the end, you know?
Yeah.
And then I moved to the Czech Republic and joined Kravathor for some years, and finally found these guys, Zdenek and Alex, through the studio, and we've been recording ever since 2003, you know? So many records. And it's great recording with them because they're both really talented musicians, you know?
Yeah. You are the main one who are writing the music and the lyrics. Is also Alex involved into the writing process?
Alex usually tries to write 1 or 2 songs on each album. I write all the lyrics. But we work as a team, you know. He writes his own drums, obviously, and we work as a team. It's a group effort every record. Yeah?
You debuted in 1990 with a self-titled album. So, what impact has that album back then in the death metal scene?
Oh, you mean the reissue you're talking about? Or?
No, the debut album, Master.
The original album.
Exactly. What impact had that when it came out in the death metal scene back then?
Well, there was no death metal scene. It was just a thrash album. And at this time, they didn't have labels like that. It was just a fucking... we just put our hearts and souls into a really strong record, you know, and we were trying to do our own thing. We were influenced by bands like Motorhead and Venom and Slayer, of course. We listened to all the really heavy stuff and just tried to do our own version of heaviness, yeah? And I don't know, you'd have to ask somebody else how it influenced them. I suppose it influenced people out there.
Yeah, many have Motorhead and Venom as influence.
Yeah, of course, they're great bands, of course.
Yeah. In 1991, you had your solo project called Speckmann Project, and you released one album. So, aren't you no longer active with this project, and you split up 1 year later?
Well, actually, the Speckmann Project album was supposed to be the original debut album, but Nuclear Blast decided that they liked the earlier recording with the original lineup, and after putting so much time and effort into the Speckmann Project album, if you want to call it that, we decided to still release that album as well, a second album. It was actually Nuclear Blast's idea.
Yeah. Together with Rogga Johansson, you set up a new metal project called Johansson and Speckmann, and you released already 3 albums. So how this idea came up to have this music project with him?
Actually, this project was Rogga's idea. He sent me a song and said that he specifically wrote it for me with me in mind to sing it. And so I sang the song on the Mega Scavenger album. And then later on he said maybe we should do a whole album together. And he would go on to send me music. And I wrote some lyrics, he wrote some lyrics, and we had me go in the studio and sing the songs. So obviously it worked out so well, we had so much fun with it that we did it 2 more times.
Yeah. Tell me about the book you have released. What is it about?
It's actually a pictorial book. It's mostly photos and some stories, yeah. It's like a photographical book of my career from the beginning to up until just a few years ago. Yeah. And there's some like introductions and stuff. It's an interesting book for collectors, yeah.
Yeah. What are the next master plans? Planning a new tour, maybe a tour over Europe, summer festivals, maybe touring in the USA soon?
We'll probably play some summer festivals again. That's on the schedule. We're going to do a tour in the fall again. You know, we try to stay busy. We try to do as many shows as we can. I like to be busy. The guys like to be busy, so I'm always trying to find more work. Yeah.
And do you have in mind a new master album? Have you started to write it?
Yeah, I have many riffs. I'm going to start working on this stuff very soon. Probably in the next few weeks we'll start working on just arrangements and stuff. It's like we work on it for 2 or 3 months and then probably go to the studio and record. I like to be ready in the studio, prepared.
Yeah. You have moved from USA in the Czech Republic, so how is the life in Europe rather than in USA?
In Europe, I found more freedom, you know. I think it was the best move I could ever do. It's like when I decided it was time to come over. I got an offer to join the band Cravator, and so I moved over here permanently. And I found more freedom in Europe. You know, you seem to travel more freely, and there's not so many questions, and people don't bother you, and they don't look at you funny because you're a freaky guy or whatever. They don't care.
Yeah.
It seems like people here in Europe are more open-minded about metal.
Yeah. What do you consider to be the things that you have achieved with Master, and what are the ones you still want to achieve in the future with Master?
Well, you know, we've put out some good records and toured all over the world, and you know, it's a tough question. Obviously, we want more success, but you know, just have to keep fighting and hope it happens. And if not, I'm just happy that we're still out touring and playing concerts. You know, people are still coming to see the shows, and this is important. You know.
Yeah. The death metal scene haven't goes down is also the trash.
The what?
But the death metal scene isn't down yet, and also not the trash one. So people still used to come to the gigs.
Yeah, people are still supporting metal, and it makes me happy. You know?
Yeah, that's most important.
People around the world are coming to concerts and supporting each other, and it's rock and roll. It's metal. You know, whatever you want to say. Happy about it.
Yeah. Tell me, 2 metal bands that would you like to tour with in the future with Master?
Well, maybe Venom Incorporated, and who else? I don't know. Maybe Sinister. I like these guys. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's an interesting question.
Where did you feel most good to tour? In Europe or USA? What's your opinion about the USA scene and about the European scene?
I personally like the European scene better. People don't come to so many of the shows. Like, they don't come to the master shows as often in America as they do in Europe.
Yeah.
Europe seems to be more supportive. but also South America and Central America as well. You know, you go where the people are going to come and see you, of course. I mean, I like to tour the USA, but the support isn't what it was before, you know. I prefer Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a big scene in America, you know, there's a couple of festivals and stuff, but I prefer to hang out here.
Yeah. I still read some interviews of other metal bands and artists saying that their opinion about the internet nowadays, that kind of ruins the metal scene, you know. These sites like Spotify and the others, iTunes, that people go and download and not buying merch anymore. So what's your opinion about it?
Well, I think people are still buying merch. You know, yeah, I agree that it's flooded with your new CD, you know, right away it's for free. You know, it's just for free to download it right away. But, you know, like for some of the bands, they're having success because of it. The internet gives them a chance an opportunity to reach more people quicker. So that has in some ways it's good for the younger people. But I suppose for more underground bands like us, you're competing with the internet and it's harder to sell your stuff. But we try. That's all we can do, right? We have to fight on, and hope people are interested enough to buy a CD. I still buy CDs, so maybe other people will do too, yeah?
Definitely. To end this interview, do you have a message for all your fans all over the world?
Yeah, go out there and come to the concerts, not only Master, just other metal bands as well. It's all about support, and I hope people go out and support. You know, not just me, but other bands too. My message is just, you know, believe in what you want to believe in, fight for yourself, and let's keep metal alive, yeah?
Thanks a lot for this interview. It was my pleasure, and see you to the show.
Thank you very much. I'll see you tonight out there.